Okay, and we are live. We are live, just setting up and waiting for others to join. Just chilling while we wait. I'm kind of excited for tonight and tonight's topic. And I see one person joining in. Don't be shy. You can say hello. I will be in the chats. I'm ensuring I am in the chats. I want to welcome you to tonight live. We're live. I am excited about tonight's topic. And this is the first time I'm going without my camera, my microphone rather. So if it is that you can't hear me, just let me know. Hi, Sudani, thanks for joining. We're just waiting for others to join as well. I'm really excited for tonight's topic, you guys. And I know you guys probably are as well. I'm just gonna play around with lighting a little bit because all right, I think we look a little bit better now. Thank you, Sasha. Thank you. I am excited to talk to you guys tonight because I haven't done a live in probably like a year, guys. It's been a whole year, but as you guys know, I migrated in that year, and it's been quite a lot. Like settling in, getting things done. It's just been quite a lot, and because of that, like I haven't exactly made my commitment to you guys the way I should, but definitely moving forward, that is definitely gonna be a priority for me. And I'm really excited about tonight because even though it's been a while, I know you guys are as excited as I am to delve into this topic. I see Sasha saying she's excited about the topic too, and I'm excited because it's the Valentine season. Can I say that? The love season. And I know people are definitely looking forward to having that lovey-dovey mood. And I wanted to make it alive because, of course, I don't know everything. Like, I don't know what the experience is like being married, being divorced, being widowed. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it's like to have a child involved in all of that. And so I wanted your views and your opinions as well. Hey, Evanique, welcome to the party. Good to see you join. And I'm excited to talk about this topic because I feel like we all have unique perspective on what is love. Like you can ask all the love advice in the world and different people will give you different responses. Because when it comes down to love, it's such a unique experience that people really don't don't know what to say at times, and when they do, they have a mouthful to say. It does not necessarily mean that they're saying what's best for you or what something you can relate to. So I wanted to make it alive so you guys could share your viewpoints, what you think love is, and what you thought you should have known about love. Because truth and in truth, we are big people, right? We are grown. We understand that there isn't the fairy tale love. Like earlier, I sent out a message about when I was younger, like as a little girl, you thought it was okay, I'm a girl, I'm gonna get a cute guy, he's my knight in shining armor, he's gonna come save me on a white horse, yay, happily ever after. Like everything we watch, everything we listen to, it gives us that impression that there is like, okay, the guy gets a girl and there's like happily ever after. But it isn't always that way. Like, it's always some difficulties, some obstacle. It's not just slaying the dragons and living happily ever after. And everything we watch and everything we listen to, it seems to suggest that there is a happily ever after. And we know that's not exactly the case. Love takes work, it takes time, it takes energy, it takes effort. And sometimes it's not the way we perceive it to be. So I wanted to talk with you guys about it tonight. I wanted you guys to join in the conversation. I don't even know if you can invite people on YouTube live. Like, I'm not even sure. That's my doorbell, and I'm guessing that's food. I mean, that's food? Yeah. All right. I think I can adjust it. All right. We ordered food. Yes, it's late at night. Bad for indigestion, but alas, this is the adult life. All right. So we can delve into our topic. What I wish I knew about love. I want you guys to think about what you thought about love at first. If food equal love, yes. I hope I can get some of your food.
My Valentine just delivered.
Oh, she said her Valentine just delivered food, but it's actually DoorDash people. Like, me not gonna lie to you, no. Me not gonna lie to you. You get smoothie. But when you think about what it's like what you thought love was, and then as you grow up, what it has become, your perceptions of it might change. Maybe they haven't, I don't know. But I want to welcome you guys once again to my live. We're looking at the topic, what I wish I knew about love. And we are really looking at what is love. And I want you all to join in the conversation with me. This is Speak Your Truth, The Untold. My name is Yana Positive, and welcome to the family. If you're new and you're just joining us, double, triple welcome. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. So like this video, even though it's a live, share it with somebody you think would need it. And of course, comment below, because this is a live. I want you guys to participate. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And I want to assure you that this is a space for inspirational, relatable, empowering, and elevating content. This is an Iris space. So feel free to be yourself. Even if you don't agree with what I'm saying, I'm totally okay with that. You can voice your opinion. It's a safe space for everybody. Crazy Intellectual says, new slogan, DoorDash, we deliver when he fails to. That is a good slogan. We deliver when he feels so. DoorDash is, of course, the best, guys. We get food delivered at all hours at night. And No matter how late the hour is, DoorDash will deliver. There is somebody that will deliver your food. So we are happy for that. Um, but what I wish I knew about love, I wish I knew how to define love. Like the world gives us so many different explanations of what is love, how they feel they should love people, how a man feel he should love a woman, how a woman feel he should love a man. And there are so many different explanations of what is love. Is it a fluttery feeling? Is it your nervous system feeling flustered, hormones kicking in, your flight or fight response, the adrenaline in your body? Is it like a drug? Is it like a feeling, a sensational feeling that lets you want to jump the fence and hop on a plane and swim across the ocean and climb maca tree? What is love? Like there are so many different explanations of what is love that we really lose sight of it. And as a Christian, guys, I am going to put in the Christian perspective because definitely that is the center of who I am. So, I'm going to tell you that my definition of love comes from the Bible. And it's 1 Corinthians 13, verse 4 to 7 that says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, does not boast, it is not proud, it keeps no records of wrongs, but it rejoices in the truth, it always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. And of course, people may say that they don't know what I mean. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, how is this applied to everyday life? That's the Bible. That sounds a little bit old. But truth and in fact, I use it as a guideline. Like if I meet somebody, and we're talking about relationships now because it is the love season. So we kind of just fit it into that boat. But if you guys want to broaden it, I'm totally okay with that. So it says love is patient. First of all, is that person patient with me? Is he tolerant of the things I do? Is he tolerant with my flaws? Is he tolerant to the fact that I may forget something sometimes? How patient is he? Does he get impatient every time I need to ask him something or require something from him? Love is patient. It should not be that they get irritated over every little thing you say. Yeah? Love is kind. I told myself once upon a time that I would never date a mean man. And there was one time that I met this guy that I thought I liked. And the first thing his friends said to me when I met them was that he's a good guy, but he's mean. And like the Jamaican I am, I thought I could tough it out. But in the end, he was a mean person. Like there was no toughing it out. Like even especially the worst thing is when somebody's even mean to their own self. Like they don't want to buy certain things. They will rather eat the last little crackers because they don't want to go back to the supermarket. You know, you understand that they are not kind to themselves, they're not kind to others, they won't be kind to you. Maybe at first, but eventually in the long run, no. It does not envy, does not boast. Why crazy intellectual giving me that look? Like, tell me what you're thinking. It does not envy, it does not boast. Have you ever met a man or a woman in a relationship that feels like they're competing with you? They feel like they envy you. If you go to the gym, they say, oh, they get really crusty about guys looking at you. If you wear certain clothes, if you achieve certain things in life, they get very tough in the face because they envy you and they boast about every little thing. They haul it over your head, especially if you're not good at a certain thing. Say for instance, as a woman, you're not as good in the kitchen as the man, and every minute he belittles you because you know, he can cook better than you and he boasts about it. Love does not envy, does not boast. It always protects. Whether a man or a woman, they won't go to the streets and tell everybody your business. They are somebody who, right, they don't celebrate your success, Sudani. Like they envy, they boast, they pull you down, they don't make you feel as if you earned what you have. And as well, it protects. Like a woman won't drag your name to the streets as a man. Yes, she might complain to her girlfriends because that's how women are, but she won't intentionally go around and drag your name and your reputation through the mud. Um, Especially if you work in the same place as them or go to the same school as them, they don't say, "Oh, you know what Tom did last night," and they bring the business to the road. As a man, it protects you. It their love does not allow for a man to disrespect you a certain way, or even a woman to disrespect you a certain way. It protects you as a woman, as the woman that he should be in love with. He can't say, "Me love you like I cook food," and then at the end of the day, when a woman comes to you and say, um he was cheating with me, this is what he said about you, or even like saying, "This is what I heard in the streets," or, "As a man, I heard that you're having problems at home, and I heard that you did this and that." It protects. Like love should protect. It rejoices in, it's not proud, it's oh, I skip one. It keeps no records of wrongs, but rejoices in the truth. I'm gonna be honest about this part. As a woman, this, I feel, is pertinent to us. It's pertinent to us because there's sometimes when we keep records of wrong. When the guy will do something and you say, "Remember last week? Remember last month? Remember last year when you did this, that, and that?" And we have a record of the things they do, and the minute they slip up, we present the record, the list to them. We can be guilty of that as women. Not say the men are not guilty of that as well, but we can be, right, Tones, we can be really guilty of that. Like we put all the list in front of him, even the book, and say, "Remember when you did this, that, and that on March 11, 11:59 p.m. That is not love. That is not love. It does not keep record of wrongdoing. And this is not a chastisement to anybody at all, but it's rather like presenting what the definition of love is from a biblical stance, and seeing how best we can work on ourselves as we go into this love season, whether it is with ourselves, with a partner, to see that we're doing what is right and what we wish we knew about love. It's I did say it protects. I saw Sudanese comment. Let me see if I can go back to it. It protects your heart, the relationship, and the covenant. And the covenant being the promise that you have with that person. And if it is like a marriage, the person and God and you. Like it protects that covenant. It does not allow, it's you and him against the world, him and her against the world, and it shouldn't be that there is other people, there are other people rather coming between you, and that is on the premise of what he said, she said, everybody said. It should be that it's you and him against the world. That's love. It's always trust. Boy, that one you hard. The one you had. It's always trust, because some of us have real trust issues, It's always trust. And it's not even a chastisement, because it's understandable why people have trust issues. Because you've been in past relationships, or you've seen past relationships that just never make no sense. You understand? So it's always trust, it's always hopes, always hopes for a better future, a better life. You always come together and hope for the best. And it always persevere. And I think the King James Version says it's long suffering because, as I said before, love is not that little flowery, buttery feeling. It's not just that adrenaline. It's not just that feeling like we're on drugs, but it is that tough, hard decision every day to choose this person to be in your life, even if they annoy you, even if they upset you sometimes. It is that constant decision to always choose them to be in your life. That's love. It's long suffering. It is that decision when they do something wrong to say whether or not I'm gonna stay with this person. It perseveres. Man, love takes a lot of work. I wish I had known it wasn't a fairy tale. Like when I was putting those little Barbie dolls with that prince and thinking it was me, I thought there was a happily ever after. But life showed me quite different. So then it said, flip side, Ayana, it may just mean that the issue wasn't dealt with and we can't move on. So we keep on bringing it up. And that's so true. Like, especially when it's something that you feel the partner doesn't care about, or they seem ignorant to, or they seem like they're really and genuinely not caring about how you feel, you may constantly bring it up. But here's the thing: when you forgive them, love forgive, you should move on and not bring it up all the time. Not having that record of saying that this is what you did, this is what you've done, and this is what you're going to do. And that's why when you are in a relationship with somebody that you love, it is important that it is reciprocal, that it goes both ways, and that you're able to establish a form of communication that allows that person to realize that, hey, this is how I communicate my feelings, and this is something wrong that I must resolve. But a lot of the times it's not the things we say, it's how we say it too. So just be careful not to say things in anger, not to say things in when you feel as if that that hurt is all you see, but rather try to work things out when you're calm, to have like a conversation with them, and to be able to communicate on both ends. Because the minute as a woman you hurt a man's ego, he will shut down completely. And the minute as a man you hurt a female's feelings, she will rage. So it's just to ensure that you say it in an appropriate way too. It does not make sense being with someone if you don't trust them, says Asasha. And that's so true. Like, I applaud the people who have been hurt and who go back into a relationship seeking a fresh start. Like, I applaud you for everything that you have done and everything that you're doing, because it's not an easy road, and it's a difficult decision that you make to go back and trust another person even after hurt. And I applaud that. So make sure if you go back in another relationship, you actually trust the person you're going in that relationship with. So here's another thing I wish I knew about love, is that I am an alpha female who needs an alpha male. And you may be rolling your eyes by now because you're saying, oh, I've heard this before. This is drama now. I'm not saying that every alpha female needs an alpha male, but I'm saying that I recognize that I am one of those alpha females who needs an alpha male. And what do I mean by that? An alpha female is somebody who is really independent, confident in their abilities, commands a room, especially if you flourish within your career or in things that you do. You do need a partner who can help you flourish. And I'm not saying that every alpha female needs an alpha male, but in my experience, I think you should know what type of female or what type of male um you attract, and what type of energy you put out to kind of attract the persons that are out there in the pool. And I'm not giving away trade secrets now, guys. I'm just telling from my perspective. um I would appreciate if you guys want to share your perspective as well. But why I say that is that females typically need men that lead. And it is the fact that I need a man that I could trust to make financial decisions and to make logical decisions where I may stumble, or just to act as, because we tend to feel like the men in the relationship if we have to make all the decisions, and that is burdensome because it's not our original role. You can tell me if you disagree with that, but in my experience that has been the case. Like, you need somebody who's not intimidated by you, not able to envy your power, not trying to belittle you in order to tear down your confidence because it's something that they lack themselves. You need somebody to help bring out the best in you, whether it is that you have ideas about business or finance, or you have ideas for your career. You need somebody who's going to encourage you and not discourage you. And as I said before, as a woman, from a woman's perspective, men tend to have a lot of ego, and if they feel that you're outstepping them or outsmarting them, um a man who is not confident, and this is how I describe an alpha male: a man who is confident in who he is, sorry, that was a little bit fast, who he is and his ability. He is able to lead in the home, and he's able to make logical financial decisions. And that type of man that doesn't meet that criteria will allow any female to feel as if they wear the pants in a relationship. And uh, I don't think none of us like to feel that way. There are some females who may, but most of us don't want to feel that way. um you need somebody who challenges you and doesn't get jealous of your success. On the flip side, as a man who commands a room, who is able to succeed in his workplace or even at home or in his business, and is just a person with a stable head, oftentimes you need a female who is an alpha female who knows how to submit and when to submit. And if you'd asked me a few years ago if I believed in submission, I would have told you no. That the Bible, what it says about submission is all news because of how society was based, because of um how women were perceived as lesser. I would have asked you no. I would have told you no, I don't believe in submission. But that is because I never met a man who made me feel easy enough to submit. And when I finally did, I realized it wasn't a bad thing. I just never met the right person. And so, as a female, our perceptions can change with our experiences. And I'm telling you, what I knew about love a few years ago and what I knew about it, know about it now, is quite different. Because back then I would have argued with anybody. Like, I had several debates with several people that, hey, submission is bad for a female. You cannot submit to a man in this day and age. But when I actually met a high value man and I'm not even going to call them alpha males, I'm going to say a high value man, I was comfortable enough to submit. And that is the same thing for a high value man with a female. When you meet a female who is able to know when to submit and to know when to not be as um forward with you, to allow you to make certain decisions, to empower you as the man, to allow you time to lead, to make you feel as if your opinions do matter and to take them into consideration, to join together with you to make a partnership. Wow, that is all the difference that you need in a relationship. And with love on a whole, you need somebody to complement you well. And it's just to find like a person who embodies that. Crazy Intellectual says, fair acts, I think that should be the bare minimum. And of course, like it should be the bare minimum that a man leads, but honestly, in this day and age, it's hard to find men who know how to lead. And I don't even know if I can blame them because of how society is set up. Like they don't get a lot of examples of how to do it. But I think as adults, they should begin to learn. Like we should all take our own learning and self-development into our own hands and stop blaming our trauma for holding us back and recognize our shortcomings and really work on improving on them. So I don't blame them, but at the end of the day, I don't accept it because we are all big people. Like we can all flourish and we can all change. Another thing I wish I knew about love is I would never be satisfied in a relationship unless my love languages were met. Like I wish I knew that there would be no satisfaction unless my love languages were met. Um, so I'm gonna explain like the five love languages, and you can all tell me what your love language is. You can hit me up if you want the link to a test. I have a pretty good one. I think I did a whole video on them a year ago to explain what they mean, but this is more of a gloss over. So the first one is words of affirmation, and this is written or spoken shows of affection, and these are what matter most to these people. So confession time, words of affirmation are actually my weakness, and we give love sometimes in the way we want to receive it. But for me, and I'm telling you this so you can like examine your own self as well, for me, words of affirmation isn't something I expressively need. Like I want it, like I want to be told I'm beautiful, I want to be complimented, but it's not something I exactly need because I tend to take everything with a grain of salt. If you tell me something, it's quite likely I will take it with a grain of salt. Like I may believe you, I may not. So for me, words of affirmation without the action makes completely no sense. I actually took a test again today to see where I was, and it was like at 3%. Like if you tell me something and then you don't back it up with actions, I will not believe you. Like I will take everything you say after that with a grain of salt. So as I said before, we receive love, we give love however we want to receive it. And because I don't necessarily need it, I don't fully give it. And it's something I notice, like I'll be dating someone and they'll be saying, oh, you're not, how you feel about this? And I'm like, yeah, all right. And they're like, you never compliment me. I'm like, what? And you would think somebody that talks as much as I do would like word of affirmation, but I actually suck at it. So I have taken steps to like improve, to like not be like genuinely give them compliments, genuinely saying the things that are in my head, but I would not actually usually say, and genuinely make them feel special because they truly are. So words of affirmation is the first one. So then it says true because That is how you feel loved. If love is not shown to you in a way you see it, sorry guys, I'm not wearing my glasses. Quality time, words of affirmation, then you would feel as if you're not loved. And that's so true. You never feel satisfied unless your love languages are met. So it's good, guys, to know your love languages, and it's really good to be in tune with who you are as a person. And so when you go into a relationship with somebody, this is you, this is them, y'all go into a relationship, you know what you like, and you know what you bring to the relationship, and so you're able to love them properly, and you're able to tell them what you need from them. Yes? Yes. And I'm just gonna pause right here, guys, to say if you haven't liked the video as yet, please go and do so. Please hit that thumbs up button down below and share the link to somebody who needs to join this conversation. And of course, comment below, because I want you to join this discussion, because it is a discussion. All right. So the second one, the first one was words of affirmation, and the second one was quality time. This is when you want the undivided attention of one person without any form of distraction. So you want them to talk to you without them being on their phone, without them watching sports. Like, listen, guys, and them sports, you know, you always come second place. I really don't want to come second place when I'm talking to you. Please put your football on the small screen. If I can stop my Netflix for you, you can stop your football for me. Thank you. I'm just saying, like, people generally want quality time, and that generally means that when you're spending time with this person, you want their undivided and complete attention. And here's my struggle with this. When you love somebody, you want them to know that they're just not just important, but they're also a priority. You want them to know that they're not just important, like, hey, you matter to me, you can call me anytime you need me, but can I call you anytime I want? Am I a priority in your life? Like, do you want to be around me, or do you need to be around me to sustain, like, we are boyfriend, girlfriend, we're in a relationship? Is there a want to spend time with me? Are you gonna put other things aside if you need to hang out with the boys every night? Can I at least get 2 nights out of the week? Like, am I a priority in your life? And I feel like many guys have struggles with this, because most guys that you meet, especially in their 20s, and I'm talking from a female perspective because that's what I know, they tend to be focused on bettering themselves, which is great, which is amazing. I love that you're focusing on going back to school. I love that you're focusing on getting a promotion, but they tend to be very eagle eye, which, I'm going back to school and this is the only thing I can do. They don't want to spend any quality time with you. They tend to say, oh, you're important, I am around you, I'm here if you need me, but there's no want to be around you. And so guys, typically in their 20s, you'll find that they don't settle in by their 30s, because they are so distracted by everything around them. And even when it's not their ambitions, it's their street life, you know, they're focusing on this, their hustle, their grind. And it's not just my hustle and my grind and my partnership with you. For females, we're mothers, we go back to school, we come home and we cook for our husbands, we babysit, feed the baby, put them to bed, and then we do our schoolwork, and we're juggling all these things at once. We get up the next morning, we go to work. But for a man, he's like, I need to work and go to school, and that's it. That's the end of the day. But quality time means that you prioritize this person without any distractions. You show them that they're not just important to you, but they are a priority. So then it says, true That is how you feel. Well, on Marie, that's already. The next one is, I know for me, I recognize something. My love language changes depending on the season that I am in, and in that case, you might not be upfront until less people know what you need sometimes. Yes, that is true. It changes with the season that you want different things at different time at different times, and the people that you meet may not meet your needs in that season. That is a pretty good point. The third love language is acts of service. If he or she goes out of their way to make your life easier. Um, Wait, let's backtrack a little bit. With words of affirmation, the wrong person might feel as if you want to be the center of attention. With quality time, the wrong person may see you as being needy. Like you hear that a lot. Like, I want to spend time with you. Oh, you're so needy. Can't you find something to do? Um, I'm doing this at this time. Why don't you find something to do with your time? So as I said before, that you will never be satisfied in a relationship unless your love language is met. For acts of service, if he or she goes out of your way to make your life easier, even without you asking, that may make you feel satisfied in a relationship if you're someone who likes acts of services. Um, the wrong person may see it as you only want me because what I do for you. Like I provide a service and that is the only reason why you're in a relationship with me. But you know when that person just wants something from you or when they want you as a person, because when they want something from you, they'll only check you up if they want that service. Um if they actually want just acts of service as their love language, they will be coupled with other things. They want to spend quality time with you, but they really appreciate if you provide that service. For a lot of men, like they come home for a long day, they want their food to be there. Like they want your food to be cooked or ordered and be there for them. And even without them asking, that's something they like, if that's the kind of guy you are. But for females, if it is that you have a man and you have a place that needs to be fixed up and he fixes up your place without you asking, hangs the little things on the wall, fixes your car without you asking, like those little things makes you feel like they love you and you feel appreciated. But if those requirements aren't met, then you'll feel unsatisfied. And if you complain like, oh, you never do anything for me, the wrong person will respond, you only want me because you want me to do this for you, or you only want me because I did this for you. But for the right person, they'll do it without you even asking. The fourth form of love language is gifts. You feel love when people give you symbols, visual symbols of love. And here's where people misrepresent it. Like it may not just be monetary value. It may mean that it's a symbolic thought about them thinking about you, like, hey honey, here was your day. How was your day? This is it. This is something I bought for you at the store. It's not exactly something monetary, but it's something that you like and appreciate. And for you, receiving that visual form of love makes you feel as if you're appreciated and loved in that relationship. There was this one time, story time, guys, where I was dating this guy, right? And we were sitting down and we were watching a movie, I think. It was dust up, like it was the sun had just gone down. We ate dinner together and we were watching a movie. And anybody who knows me knows I have an obsession with chocolate. And I had a craving that day, and I was like, I have a craving for chocolate right now. Oh my gosh, I could eat a little piece of chocolate right now. And he got up and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go in the room. Um, and when I look around a few seconds later, he was putting on his pants, and I'm like, where are you going? And he said, I'm going into the town. I'm like, in the town for what? And that man got up, put on his clothes, walked out to where the taxis was, went into town to get me chocolate. And it's not even like I'm not like a whole expensive person. I lie, sometimes expensive. But sometimes I don't like expensive things. It's just the little things that matter. And back then it was Charles chocolate. Like in Jamaica, it's Charles chocolate. Right now it's Hershey's, but they aren't expensive. Like you can get a Hershey's for $1. You can get a Charles chocolate for like $100 in Jamaica. Um, so he got me a bar of chocolate, got me some fruits, and came back home. Like he just went into town to get me some chocolate. And for me, I was just coming out of a relationship where that whole aspect of my love language, it was grossly unfulfilled. And going into this relationship with a person that just went into town to get me chocolate, that seemed mind blowing to me. But it was just like, it was the first time I ever felt like one of my love languages weren't being met. And for me, that was a whole revelation. Like, whoa, people actually do these things for me. And I'm so used to doing it for other people that when I received it, it felt really good. And so it made me realize that I didn't know much about love at all. Like I didn't know much about being in a relationship where your feelings and what you do for a person was reciprocated and was both ways and was symbolic and sim, hmm, symbiotic. Like it was beneficial both ways. Like both people coming together to make this relationship work. And for me, that was like, it's not expensive. The gift was not expensive, but the whole fact that you thought to do that for me, that was a whole revelation for me. Like, hey, you really did not know what you've been doing before, but this this is something else. You should have been, plugging into the swarm of love all along. So the wrong person will tell you that you're a gold digger. Like, even if your form of love is receiving gifts, they'll make you feel as if you're a gold digger because you require them to buy you things, to buy you. In America now, it's buy you flowers, but I I think that's a cultural thing all the way around. Um, Men buy you flowers, or they just buy you something that says, "Hey, honey, I was thinking about you," or something that makes your life a little bit easier. As a woman, is just buying things for your man that you know he wants. Usually, it's socks and boxers, but if you know that he's working on a project, and say, "Hey, I saw this at the store. I wanted to just pick it up for you." That's a form of love language. And the wrong person may make you feel like you're a gold digger, but it's not really about monetary values. To show a physical symbol that you were thinking about that person all day. And the fifth one is physical touch. That is the fifth form of love. People who feel love when they receive physical signs of affection like hugs, kisses, cuddles, or sex. And this physical touch is usually even just somebody just holding your hand, giving you a hug or a snuggle. And people immediately think, oh, you just want sex all the time. You just want to touch me. You're a little needy. You're too clingy. That's what the wrong person will say. But if you communicate that, hey, this is my love language, that's what I require to feel safe in a relationship, like that's what I require to feel satisfied, then the right person will understand. So what I wish I had known about love was that if my love language are not met in a relationship, I will never, ever be satisfied. Never. I promise you, you'll never be satisfied. So you all need to know your love languages. There are words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, gifts, and touch. Touch. All right. The third and final. I wish I had known that love could make me or break me. Scientists describe love as a drug. It's like your body on dopamine, like your body actually sends signal to the brain to make you feel high when you're in love. It is like taking drugs. Those butterfly feelings, fun facts, are actually real. It is hormones in your body sending signals, sending signals to your brain to actually kick in your fight or flight response, and it creates butterflies in your stomach. And some of us wish we had taken the flight response, but most of us take the fight. But it is actually real. It's like your body being on drug. So imagine if you're feeling that high and it is taken away from you. It is devastating. It can make or break you. It can seriously make or break you. And the last time I did a live, I think it was entitled Different Loss, Same Grief. And it was talking about my breakup back in 2020. And it's being that it is a different loss of a person. Like, he did not die, but at the same time I felt the same way that somebody who was grieving. Somebody saw me in the town and they were like, I saw your video and I'm wondering, like, what does she know about love and loss? You're just in your 20s, you're just starting out life, like, you don't know much. And I agree to disagree. Like, I'm young, I haven't experienced all that needs to be experienced. And of course, my experience is definitely different from other people's experience because we're not living the same life. But at the same time, I did check into Erik Erikson's stages of development. And I am a psychology geek, guys, if you haven't realized already. But I'll definitely break it down. I won't get too technical with y'all. So just follow me, don't lose me, please. Erik Erikson's stages of development. The sixth stage is intimacy versus isolation, and that is a stage of love. It occurs between the age of 21 to 29. I fall within those ages. My first big breakup was within the age of, I don't remember, it's in my 20s, about 23, 22, I don't remember. But for me, that was when the stage of Erik Erikson defining intimacy versus isolation. And this is the moment where you define what love is for you during the ages of 21 to 39. And I don't know if you've ever met anyone in their 40s, 50s, or 60s that talked about a breakup that happened 2010, 5, 30 sometimes years ago, and they talk about it as if it was yesterday. And the hurt that they felt when they went through this breakup or when this person cheated on them, and you'll hear them say something like, boy, massa, it was 10 years ago, but when Tom cheated on me, from that I don't trust a man, or from that I don't trust a woman. And they talk about it with such passion, and you can trace from that relationship how broken their lives have been since then. And I remember that I went into therapy and I actually told my therapist, I don't want to be that person. Like, I don't want to be bitter 10, 15 years from now. I don't want it to still be affecting my relationships. I want to be able to trust somebody again. I want to be able to love fully with who I am. I want to be able to get past this stage. And you actually have this theory of Eric Erickson's stages of development where you can be stuck in a stage for the rest of your life. And I did not want to be stuck in that stage. But for a lot of person, they were living that reality every single day. When you're stuck within that stage, you're still 21, you're still 20 when that person broke up with you, when that person cheated on you, and you still feel the same hurt as if it was yesterday. And I did not want to be that person. And so there's a lot of people in their 20s and their 30s, or even earlier and older, can say about love and loss. And I wish I knew that as much as it made me, it could also break me. It could also make me a person that looks back years from now and feels as if my life was over that day, you know? So these are just some things I wish I knew about love. Please feel free to type in the comment section below what you wish you knew about love and what you wish you can do better, or what you plan to do better from now on. Some additional things that I wish I knew about love, that it has more to do with me, and I'm still waiting for you guys to type in the comments. It has to do more about me than it has to do with the other persons. The boundaries that I set, the lines that I draw, like it has more to do with me than that other person. Because if I teach people how to love me, and if I don't set a certain boundary, they will not know to respect it. I can't expect somebody to treat me best if I carry myself a certain way and don't respect myself. It has a lot more to do with us than it has to do with the other person. I cannot control what another person's response is, or their responsibility to love me. I can't control that. But I can control how I give love. And we often give love the way we want to receive it. So it has a lot more to do with me than the other person. If he cheated on me, I don't need to accept it. I'm hurt, yes, but I do have the option to move on. I don't have to accept it. I don't have to live in the world where I'm cheated on. I don't have to hear his excuses. I have the option to move on. If he lies, I don't have the nobody's tying me to that relationship. I have the option to leave. I have the option to push past it. It has a lot more to do with me than it has to do with them. And when they treat me badly, I will not be responsible for it. I can't blame myself because it has less to do with me. I can't control how they love, but I can control how I give love. And I think that is all for today on my part. I'm still waiting a few seconds to see if anybody else wants to comment. But I will recap with you guys what I wish I knew about love. I wish I'd known that love in its definition comes from the Bible. Love is patient, love is kind, love is felt most and genuine. I'm reciting the Bobby Mesa song. And love is not easily angered, and during the test, love is love. Love is definition is from the Bible, 1 Corinthians 13. I wish I'd known that as a high value woman, I need a high value man. And if I'm gonna be a high value woman, I need a high value man to compliment me. And the other way around if you're a man. I wish I'd known that I would never be satisfied in a relationship unless my love languages are met. And we've discussed our love languages as being words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, gifts, and physical touch. And I wish I'd known that love could make me or break me. And so, if you guys have anything else to say, feel free to type in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you can be notified when we upload another video. We have been uploading consistently, mostly every day. I have not been in the past few weeks because I was not feeling well. So hopefully this week you guys will be getting some content. Thanks so much for joining. If y'all have any additional things, I'm still like waiting to see if anybody has anything to say. But we'll be ending in a quick sec. It's been an hour. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. Like, my throat is really dry. I'm gonna sip some water. But we did end an hour on the dot. Which I'm thankful for. And I was really excited about this, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I know I haven't been diligent about my lives. I haven't done one in such a long time. But hopefully I can continue to do this with you. And hopefully we can continue to flourish in this space. Because this is Speak Your Truth. And here we create an area space of inspirational, relatable, empowering, and elevating content. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, guys, so those likes, they really help, and it really does help to share and comment. So do that as well, please. And of course, your subscriptions are always appreciated. So thanks so much for joining. I'll see you guys tomorrow or next day and the next day after that. So excited. So remember to subscribe so you can get all those videos in. Alright guys, this is Speak Your Truth. This was your girl, Yana Positive. Catch you all later. Bye.